Yeah.
Now, for Leos, though, look, this Venus retrograde is happening in the sign of Leo. This is going to be the most important trend for Leos out there. So, again, you want to watch what's happening June into October. Um, Going back to this idea of what you're wanting and things, look, as a general principle, Venus retrograde season is not the time to invest in things like cosmetic procedures, tattoos, new hairstyles. I mean, I have seen so many people, Venus goes retrograde, they get a whole other hairstyle. Then Venus direct, they're like, what the hell was I thinking? Yeah, yeah. And the thing is also like, look, you want to trust your life. I'm not saying don't start a new relationship. Of course, if it shows up for you, that's great. But I just feel like what you think you're getting and what it actually is could end up being two very different things. So this is true for the Leos. This is true for the Aquarians as well. They're going to need to be mindful of this, and the Aries as well. These are the big signs that need to be mindful of. If you're meeting new people, what you think it is and what it actually is are going to end up being two very different things. And the truth will shock you, put it that way. It'll come about in a way that really feels like it comes out of nowhere. Because Venus retrograde, it tends to have a way of mirroring itself every 8 years. And so Venus retrograde, kind of like this. What happened for me? Well, I at the time was wearing all black. Like that was my wardrobe. Every item of clothing was black. Venus retrograde season hits and all of a sudden I can't get enough of yellow. I wanted yellow and I never liked yellow. Okay. I was like, I went through a pink phase. I went through an all black phase. Now here I am. I'm wanting yellow. Like there's nothing else that exists for me. What happens when Venus goes direct? All that yellow went out the window. So yeah, if you find yourself going in that direction, well, chances are it's going to end up being something really different. I've had the experience 8 years ago was when I met my ex, now who's my ex, so that should tell you something. But yeah, when we met, he told me that he was a certain age and I believed him. And then Venus goes direct and he tells me he's actually younger, like younger enough to make me pause. But yeah, I thought, okay, dude is younger. What do I do about this? And I decided to go ahead anyways, and let's see where this goes. So yeah, that kicked off my cougar years. I'm still, yeah, I didn't realize what a cougar I could be. 15 years younger he was. 15, I know, right? Look, I thought, wow, look at my maturity. I'm attracted to somebody who's, within my basic age range. Dude ends up being way younger, but it was happening. I think that's going to be the most important trend. But you add to this the fact that Pluto is going to dip into your opposite sign before we even get there. That is going to be huge. When you are at the beginning of a 20-year transit, that's going to reconfigure your understanding of partnerships in a very different way. You're going to really want something that feels very real in partnerships of all kinds. Jupiter going into the top of your sky, career blessings. First, career stress, where you're getting really honest with yourself in May about what you really want. If certain goals you've been pursuing really aren't what you want anymore, you are going to get honest about that. But once we move forward, there are absolutely career blessings that you're moving towards more and more as we end the year and enter next year as well. That's my insight. What do you think?
I'm a Leo. They're already happening.
There you go.
There you go. Happening. It's interesting. So there's two different things, and I have two different mindsets with this. So Venus is going into a retrograde Leo. So typically, Venus in Leo is a very loving, playful, sexy, sensual, get the groove on. That's the one you want, because there's that really together, passionate vibration. When it's in reverse, does it really take away the passion, or does it speed it up in certain areas, or does it make it hotter? Does it, like you said, it comes in, you think it's this way, and then flip.
The flip will be a shock, put it that way. It'll take you by surprise. Yeah.
What could be the flip? And the first thing that came to mind is people who are heterosexual are going to be, find out they're bisexual, or they're heterosexual, and they're going to find out that they're gay. So is that going to be a big thing? I think that's going to hit a lot of Leos this year. And they're going to sit and wonder, maybe I'm gay.
But
Yeah.
also, I love that you said that, Tamara, because I remember so many years ago seeing something like this in someone's chart, and she was a regular client and she was a lesbian. And I remember saying to her, either it's going to be somebody of a very different race or a very different age,
Yeah.
but also it could be a man as well. And she was like, oh
I
no, I
don't think
can't
so.
imagine. No way. Yeah, yeah. She was like, when I met up with her like a year later, she was very shocked that she met a man and decided to see where it is that it took her. And she was still with that guy with her. So you just never know. Just be open. That's
I
the exciting thing about life in general, right? See where it takes.
I think that energy is there.
Love is love. Yeah.
If they're gay, they may go hetero. All I'm saying is it's going to be a topsy-turvy kind of a thing. And then the other thing is, let's say someone like me who decided I don't even want to date anymore because I just don't have time for it, and you do change your mind. I'm hoping that happens in the back of my mind, but I'm not really holding out for it. But the energy's there for it. If you've been single a long time, if you've been one way or the other in terms of your sexual interest, all kinds of things could flip and flop.
Mm.
So yes, I'm saying yes, that is an absolute possibility. Leo, both a lot of that energy hovering around them, pushing them to look. So the Ace of Cups is sacred love, is a true spiritual vibration with someone, and not just a sexual lover, not just a business relationship, but somebody that you will really like to communicate with, like to talk about, someone that has the same vibration, maybe not everything, but many things. You both like animals, you both like astrology, you both like whatever, that kind of a thing. So someone that you really could sit down and have a good conversation with. I do see that this energy may stir on those more quiet or at home Leos to do some dating, and maybe it isn't like natural, like match.com kind of dating, although it could be. This would be more getting out into events and meeting people naturally, or looking up from the produce section and actually smiling at the guy beside you, right? That kind of thing. I think a good natural connection is what the Leo will be looking for, and they'll find it. Okay.
Smiling back. I mean, it can get you so much, but it can also be the most terrifying thing. But yeah, do it. Do it. Leos are good
Yeah.
at that. They
Well,
can.
I'm a Leo in the Pisces house, so you can only imagine the weird energy it puts on this poor Leo. It
Well,
honestly, it throws me
I
off stage. What
sorry
was
to
it?
interrupt. My dad's a Leo, and I have watched him flirt with cashiers all my life to this day. He's learned, and he does it very well. He loves talking sweetly to people, and it's quite incredible to see. So yeah, I wish more of that for you, flirting
Yeah,
with cashiers.
yeah. Flirtiness is the thing I have to push myself to, because
Yeah,
that makes me a little more watered down. Just watered. But on the other hand, I have used Piscean energy because it can be very sensual.
yeah.
So, I'm just going to pluck that string for a little while this year and see what it gets. Now, the other thing I saw here is lots of activities with other people. Like I said, getting out, doing things, enjoying, escaping the mundane, just getting involved. And like you mentioned something about, oh no, it was Cancer. I said was going to, not Virgo. It was Cancer. I said was going to find true love. That's the sign I said, not Virgo. Just so making that really clear, because I just remembered we haven't even done Virgo yet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go on to Virgo
Yeah.
then. Talk
Yeah, well,
about Virgo.
let me just finish. So, no, you have to tell me how this is. How are we finished?
I
How do you?
think so. Yeah, with the
Yeah,
Leos, Leo's got a good amount of time there, and yeah, I think there's a lot of things to look forward to for the Leos out there. Yeah. What about you? Do you
yeah.
feel
I
ready to
feel.
move on?
I think they'll have lots of happiness in their home overall.
Yeah. And career, I'm seeing career stuff too, so that's
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
big career, big time. Absolutely on the career thing. It's already happening with me. So good. Okay,